Hey, how's it going? Kenny here, and welcome back to Non-League to Giants. And up in today's episode, we've got games at home to FC Metz in the Europa League, and then we face Arsenal away in the Premier League. So the first game up first, we've got Metz at home in the Europa League, one of only two teams who are above us in the league phase as it stands. That is Atletico Madrid and FC Metz. They're the only teams with a 100% record in the Europa League this season. So as long as we beat FC Metz at home, we'll know we'll leapfrog them and go up to second place in the league phase, which would be very nice, of course. And also, we've got a very tricky game away to Arsenal in the Premier League as well, where unfortunately, things haven't gone too well since the last episode, it has to be said. We're on a little bit of a rocky patch and only won one game in the league since the last episode there. The last episode was quite good, has to be said. We beat Genk away 3-0 in the Europa League. Then we beat Southampton away 2-0 in the Premier League, which wasn't quite a deserved win, has to be said. But we beat our fierce rivals 2-0 away from home, so that was very nice. 2 goals from Acosta, of course. After that, we had a great win away to Newcastle in the Carabao Cup third round. A game in which I thought we was destined to lose, to be honest. We beat them 2-0, which was very nice. 2 goals from Iliev in this game as well. He was the hero in the game. I didn't fear Newcastle in this game. I went with a positive mentality and it paid off very well for us. We won the game 2-0 and we went through to the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. After that, though, is when things started to take a turn for the worse. It started off with drawing at home to Forest 1-1, a game which we should be winning very comfortably, let's be honest. You know, we're a team who finished 6th in the league last season, at home to a team who should be battling relegation. We drew the game 1-1. Interestingly enough, both goals came in the first 7 minutes of the game. They took the lead in the 6th minute. We equalised immediately to make it 1-1, but unfortunately, we couldn't create too many chances, and it fizzled out to a 1-1 draw, so that was really disappointing. After that, we dropped points in the Europa League for the first time in the season. We drew away to Club Brugge 2-2. A little bit satisfying, though, this one, because we came back from 2-0 down to draw the game 2-2, so that was nice. But ultimately, the amount of chances we created in the game, we should never have been 2-0 down in the first place, and we should have won the game. But 2-0 down to draw the game 2-2, I will take it. After that, though, was a defeat away to one of our fierce rivals, Brighton. We lost this game 2-1. We were 2-0 down in this game as well. Van Hecker with a goal against his former team in only his first start of the season. Unfortunately, though, it didn't mount a great comeback and we lost the game 2-1. Arda Güler, by the way, probably a name most of you are familiar with. One of the highest wonder kids in the game and also in real life as well. He is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I don't know what he's doing still playing for Brighton, to be honest. You look at him here, he's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. He's actually a wanted man by Liverpool, Man United and Tottenham. He's on my short list, but I don't think we're going to be able to afford his £68 million. I think, is that minimum fee release clause, or is that his... Yeah, I think he's transfer listed by request, so... I don't think we'll ever afford Güler, to be honest. I'd love to have him in our team because he looks absolutely unbelievable. He scored against us in that win for Brighton. After that game against Brighton, we drew at home to Chelsea 1-1. We're 1-0 down in this game, going back to 1-1. But again, it has to be said, points dropped at home to Chelsea. Chelsea were sitting down at 14th place in the league. We finished above them last season as well. These are the sort of games we have to win the games if we're going to push for a top 6 finish again this season. And unfortunately, we drew the game 1-1. And to be honest, Chelsea were the better team in the game. So that was 4 games without a win in all competitions until we finally played Brøndby at home. We beat them 5-2 very comfortably. Very disappointing to see 2 goals against Brøndby, though, to be honest. But ultimately, it was a 5-2 win. Great to get back to winning ways. But after that, again, dropped points. This time away to Norwich. Lost this game very comfortably 2-0. Another disappointing loss there. We did beat West Ham away, though, in the Carabao Cup 4th round. Beat them 2-1 away. Quite comfortably, it has to be said. Goals from Acosta and Edson. But our luck in the Carabao Cup has run out a little bit. We've got to face Arsenal away in the Carabao Cup quarter-final in a few games' time. So we should be knocked out to Arsenal. We're saying that, though. In the last episode, I did say that we should be knocked out to Newcastle. We won that game, of course, so hopefully we can pull off some sort of upset there. That'd be very nice. But yeah, it's very annoying the fact that we got the trickiest game we could possibly get in the Carabao Cup quarter-final. Because now we got to the quarter-final stage, we could start thinking about winning it, especially with the teams left in the competition here. All we have to do is avoid Arsenal away from home and Chelsea away from home. But we couldn't avoid Arsenal away from home, so that was devastating. But, as to be said though, if we do pull off an upset and beat Arsenal away, we have got a very strong chance of winning the Carabao Cup. Because, apart from Arsenal, we are the highest rated team left in the competition. Of course, Chelsea are a bigger club. They've got a bigger reputation than us as well. But as I said, last season we finished 6th. and they finished 7th. So there's no reason to think if we do beat Arsenal, we could go on to win the competition. But it's a big if beating Arsenal away from home. They're a real force in my virtual universe here. After beating West Ham, it actually started to be quite a good period for us. We won 3 games in a row in 3 different competitions. We finally won another game in the Premier League. We beat Leicester at home very comfortably 3-0. De Jong, Coric and Lafon on the score sheet there. After that, we beat Estoril 5-1 at home in the Europa League. And then before the episode, we had 2 very tricky games. Away to Liverpool and at home to Man United. We drew away to Liverpool 1-1. We went 1-0 down in the game through Raphael, and we wasn't creating anything in this game at all. Up until about the 65th minute mark, we had 1 shot in the game, none on target. I changed things around at this point. It's worth noting that in this period of games here, starting from West Ham, I believe, I was playing with 3 at the back system, and it worked alright because we won 3 games in a row. I set up with the 3 at the back against Liverpool as well. Unfortunately, as I said, we couldn't create anything in the game. When I went back to our normal style of play, the 4-3-3, we finally started to create some chances in the game. And Coric with a late equaliser there to make it 1-1. That was very nice. They scored a minute later though, but fortunately for us, it was disallowed for offside. So that was a nice draw away to Liverpool in the end. We were terrible before that point, couldn't create anything in the game, but changed things about and Coric got us the equaliser. But all that hard work was undone in the next game. We lost at home to Man United 2-1. Another disappointing performance, it has to be said. I'm not really too happy with the way we've been playing this season, to be honest. Not happy at all. We were 1-0 down in the game. Pellegrini made it 1-1. But then that man again, Sesko, the second time he's done this against us now. He scored against us in the 90th minute and they won the game 2-1. Going forward has been quite a problem for us this season, to be honest. Defensively, it's not been terrible. Although, as you can see here, not too many clean sheets to talk of. But going forward is the main problem, in my opinion. We're not creating enough chances. I'm not happy about it. So, yeah, not a good run of form for us, it has to be said. Only won 1 league game in the last 7. So that is really disappointing. And we dropped down the league because of that. Down the 9th in the league now. With 6 wins, 3 draws and 5 losses. And to be honest, we could well be down in 12th place come end of this episode. Because I can't see us beating Arsenal away from home. As you can see there, they're top of the league. 12 wins, 2 draws and no losses this season. So, yeah, it's going to be a very tricky game to get a win there. If we can draw away to Arsenal like we did against Liverpool, I will take that very happily. Hopefully we can start off with a win at home to FC Metz though. Although it's not going too well in the Premier League, it's going quite well in the Europa League and the Carabao Cup, of course. We're through to the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup. Very tricky draw though. And obviously we're doing well in the Europa League as well. So, it's not been a terrible start to this season, it has to be said, but we need to start winning games in the Premier League again. This game against Arsenal, as I said, it's a bit of a free hit, to be honest. I'm not expecting anything out of the game, but I'm looking at these games in December. Home to West Ham, away to Villa, Palace as well, Tottenham, Forest, Southampton. Need to start winning some games in the Prem and start moving up the league again, because at the moment, it's not going too well. In terms of the squad, well, as I said, going forward, it's not been great, to be honest. Not been great at all. Best player of the season so far has been De Jong. He's a bit inconsistent, but he's got 7 assists in just 9 starts this season, so he's doing really well as our fullback, to be honest. I think we're doing best in the defensive positions, to be honest, out in the midfield. Going forward, it's just been a problem. It's just been a problem. Coric has been very inconsistent for us. He's got 8 goals in 12 starts, but very inconsistent. Definitely a step up from Alberta, but the only one who's consistently impressed most of the season would probably be Gonzalez in the forward options. Edson's doing alright, it has to be said. 6 goals and 7 starts for him, but let's take into consideration lots of these games are played in the Europa League as well against much weaker opposition. So in the Premier League, it just hasn't been good enough. Hopefully that can change today. FC Metz at home first though. This is a big game in the Europa League. If we win this one, we go ahead of them. And in terms of the team sheet for today's game, we've got Vicario in goal, De Jong right back, Verfalli left back, and we've got Alphonse and Jimenez centre backs. And they've got Paul, Moreno and Doué midfield. Gonzalez on the right wing, Edson on the left wing, and Pellegrini up front. So as I said, we've been playing with the 3 at the back system in many of the games since the last episode. We won 3 in a row. I was going to go 3 at the back for today's game because FC Metz are apparently set up with two strikers today. But unfortunately, Andaquia has picked up a slight injury, and also Lafon, of course, is unregistered for the Europa League, so I haven't really got a left wing back to play for the game, so I decided to set up with a 4 at the back system, the 4-3-3 for today's game, and Verfalli is starting left back today. Also some changes to the tactic since the last episode. I did say going forward, not creating too many chances, to be honest. It's been quite frustrating in many games, so I decided to add a instruction in here. I've triggered the press much more often instead of more often, and I've also added prevent short goalkeeper distribution as well. So hopefully just force the issue a bit more, it has to be said, and it may come at the expense of more goals conceded, but at the moment I'm getting sick and tired of seeing us not creating enough chances in the game. Also thinking about changing more things as well. I'll change the inverted winger on support to the inside forward on the attack as well. Pellegrini's a target forward for today's game, but usually I set with an advanced forward. I'm just trying to find the winning formula, but I do know that if I change things too often, then that is not going to work well for us either. But at the moment, I'm just not too happy. Maybe I'm being a bit too critical. We are sitting 9th in the league still and doing well in the Europa League and the Carabao Cup, but it's not enough for us. We finished 6th last season and we want to see more progression. Anyway, though, FC Metz at home. Hopefully we can start off with a win. Before we get started with this first game, guys, please remember that if you do like this video, hit that like button for me. It's really important for the video's success. I must sound like a broken record now, but it is really, really important for the video to get seen by more people. And also, if you're new around here and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel as well. I'm looking forward to 1,000 subscribers. We ain't too far away now, so if you can help me out with that, that'd be much appreciated. So let's get started then. At home to Metz, I'm hoping we'll start off with a win here. FC Metz are not quite as poor as I first imagined, to be honest. They're in the Europa League for a reason. They finished 5th in the French League last season. And we also signed Alphonse from them at the start of last season. So I think they've actually got quite a good team, FC Metz. But saying that, we finished 6th in the Premier League. They finished 5th in the French League 1. Surely we've got to win this game. Surely we have to. And 15 minutes in, we're on our first highlight of the game. Here's Kieran Paul. He passed out to Doué. He's just back from injury. And here's Fafali. Playing left back today. Usually playing at centre back these days. He tries to cross it in, but hits Corral's head, and he gives the ball away. Now here come FC Metz with Vasquez. He passes it nicely to Mella. This could be a terrible start to the match, couldn't it? Alphonse against his former team. Heads it clear, but not very clear. Doesn't look like a great start again, does it? Should we 1-0 down? Vicario, well, Vasquez, I'd say, with a poor miss there. More than Vicario with a good save. He should be bearing the opportunity, but again, start of this game, again, not playing particularly very well. Long way to go yet, of course, but I'm just not happy with the way we're performing this season, to be honest. Not happy at all. Even in the last episode there, we got 2 wins away to Genk and Southampton, but we didn't play that well against Southampton, to be honest. We were very lucky to get a 2-0 win there, so we just need to create more chances, and maybe I need to go back to a box-to-box midfielder instead of the Carolero. Maybe that's a problem we have right now. I'm not sure. Anyway, here's Fafali with the ball. Gonzalez, he's surely going to be offside there. He's missed anyway. He's missed he's missed a couple of sitters in his time this season, to be honest. It's been a terrible start to the match. 32 minutes in, we're not creating anything in the game at all. Here's Alphonse against his former team. He's been poor recently. I thought playing him against his former team here today might see a good performance from him, but already seen him give the ball away a couple of times. What's going on here? Here's Corral. Should be 1-0 again. This is terrible. Look at the state of it. As I said, we're not creating chances in the game. We're not creating chances in games. It's not good enough. It's all FC Metz in a minute. Get a grip, boys. Seriously, get a grip. Doué just back from injury. He's already got a slight injury again. That is not what we like to see. Here's Moreno with the ball to Edson. As I said, I'm thinking about changing back to a box-to-box midfielder, to be honest, instead of the Carolero. You know, I think we underestimate how much chances the box-to-box midfielder gets as well. Anyway, here is Moreno, the Carolero. Does a 1-2 with a right back there. He crosses it in. Pellegrini's there. With his aerial ability, you're expecting a goal from that position, to be honest. 2 minutes to go before half-time. There's been lots of highlights in the game, but not too many chances created. It's been quite a bizarre game so far. Again, as I said, even if we get the win in today's game, this first half has been poor. Very poor. Alphonse heads it clear. Now here's Paul. Can we get a chance here? Come on. Look at Edson. Gonzalez. Now they look for Edson, but gives the ball away. Moreno does nice cover in there. Pass it back to Vicario. Now here's Alphonse. But as I said, we need to create more chances in games, especially at home. Here's Edson with the ball. Back to Fafali. Moreno. Nice ball forward to Edson. Come on. This is a big chance for us here. Gonzalez. Well, that's definitely very fortunate, that. Definitely very fortunate. I don't know what the players are doing, to be honest. I was thinking, why are none of you just going back? Edson can just cut it back to you and you can slot it in the back of the net very comfortably. But both the forwards just decided to go mark the keeper for some reason. I don't know what they're doing there, to be honest. But Gonzalez goes back. He gets a bit of fortune there, comes up to the defender. But we finally take the lead in the match. And at half-time it's 1-0. Do we deserve to be 1-0 up at half-time? Probably not. Probably not what we've seen so far in the highlights, but at least we're winning the game. At least we are winning the game. But I still expect to see more than this in games. I really do. Need to start seeing what we did last season. Start creating more chances in the games. And giving ourselves some entertainment. Well, 5 minutes into the second half, we've got a throwing opportunity here for Fally with it. He throws it into Gonzalez. Heads it on, Mert. Get in. Oh, it's going to VAR, but Gonzalez with a lovely flick on there. Moreno heads it into the back of the net. Merlin, despite his wizard capabilities, couldn't do anything there to stop Moreno there. And he has scored. It's 2-0 in the game now. Now I probably should stop moaning. Gonzalez heads it on lovely. And Moreno there is headed into the back of the net. So that is very nice. 2-0 in the game now. Back on the highlight again. Now we can start to play with a little bit of confidence. Here's De Jong to Gonzalez. Now here's Paul. Don't know who he's looking for there, Paul, to be honest. No idea. Here's Decore for Metz. Win the ball back though. Here's Pellegrini to Gonzalez. Doué. Got to be a goal, Doué. It is a goal. Get in there. 3-0. And that reminds me. Doué is carrying a slight injury. Let's get him off the pitch now. Acosta is another one. He's been quite poor recently. Let's give him a go. Let's see what he can do. Make a couple of changes now, actually. So it's gone quite quickly, hasn't it? It was 0-0 just a second ago. Now it's 3-0. Do we deserve to be winning the game 3-0? I don't think so. I really don't think so. But we are winning the game 3-0. Let's take Moreno off as well. Let's bring on a Sugo for him. And you know what, that'll do for now. Missed a lot of players for today's game as well. Obviously, we've got 4 players unregistered. Got a few players out injured as well. So I haven't really got too many players on the bench for today's game. But to be honest, since about the 35th, 40-minute mark, we've dominated the game here today. Finally turned up in the match. That is nice. Here's Acosta to Gonzalez. Back to Acosta. Can we add more goals in this game? Oh my God, what is the keeper doing? What is the defenders doing? What is Pellegrini doing? What are all of them doing? What on earth was that? Oh my word. Well, it didn't look very good for us in the first half an hour or so. But since then, we've just absolutely battered FC Metz, to tell you the truth. Really have battered them. You know, Rocha, he's a player who's been very poor this season. I don't think he's got a goal yet this season. No, he hasn't. He hasn't got a goal or assist in the league this season. So he has been very, very poor. When you look at his record before that, involved in 16 goals the season before, 15 the season before that as well. He hasn't turned up in the season at all. Not at all. Let's bring him on for Gonzalez. He's tired. You know, I'm going to take off De Jong as well. Bring Guevara on for him. I forgot to mention that Andy Booth just picked up quite a, I wouldn't say a serious injury, but a moderate injury. He's out for a few weeks. So De Jong is needed for the next game against Arsenal away. That is for sure. De Jong has turned out to be our number 1 right back for the season, though. Andy Booth has not been good enough this season at all. Hasn't started off this season as he left off last season. That is for sure. Anyway, here's Acosta. Also, Andy Quia out injured as well. It's a big loss. Anyway, here's for Fally. Rocha! Oh, my word. I thought that'd be his first goal of the season. From 3 yards out, he still cannot score. He's been filth this season, Rocha. Absolute filth he's been. Terrible. Don't know what has happened to him. I really don't know what's happened to him. Anyway, this game's turned out to be rather comfortable. Keep a clean sheet though, boys. That'd be nice. Here's Edson. Get a 4th goal. Alphonse. Hopefully with a clean sheet against his former team. Here's Guevara. To Rocha. Give the ball away. Here's Vasquez to Corral. Guevara, by the way, playing him as a wide centre-back in the 3-at-the-back system. He did really well there. Put in some really good ratings. So that's certainly a position that he can play very well, Guevara. Anyway, got the ball back. Here's Vicario to Alphonse. I think it's safe to say we've won the game. But can we keep the clean sheet? Get some confidence with the team. Here's Guevara bombing down the right-hand side. Not usually where we see him. Here's Paul carrying a slight injury as well. Back to Guevara. Can he get an assist here? Pellegrini. He does get the assist. It's 4-0. What was I moaning about? What was I worried about? Very comfortable win here today. 4-0 at home to FC Metz. It's not over yet. Could still end up being 5-0 maybe 4-1. We shall see. But yeah, second half performance especially has been great, to be honest. Really has been great in the second half. And run out deserved winners, it has to be said. Here's Edson with the ball. Can we get a 5th goal here? Edson. Decent effort, but never going to go in like that, is it really? 2 minutes to go. Back on the highlight again. Here's Rocha with the ball. As I said, he's been awful this season. Him and Mertens in the forward options have been terrible. Really, really terrible. Edson has been injured. He's come back and he's looking like a decent player, it has to be said. Koric has been very inconsistent, but apart from Edson and Gonzalez, no one else has been up to par in the forward options, it has to be said. Here is Rocha. Can he score a goal? Rocha! Oh, my word. He's never going to score a goal again, is he? He's never going to score again. This poor sod. Back on the highlight again. Well, he's not going to score from there, that's for sure. Can we get a nice 5th goal towards the end, though? Acosta, shoot, mate. Shoot, Acosta. He does shoot, but it's a very bizarre, tame effort. But anyway, a lovely win in the end. We beat FC Metz 4-0 at home. And to be honest, come into the game, I'm very, very happy. As I said, the first half an hour was terrible. Absolutely terrible. But after that point, somehow, we woke up. And once the first goal went in, we just completely dominated the match. And look at that. In the end, we ended up with a 3.39 XG. That is what I like to see. That is more like it, boys. Hopefully we can see that in more games this season because, as I said, it's been very, very dull so far this season. We're not creating too many opportunities. But anyway, that is a nice win for us. A 4-0 win at home to FC Metz. It did not look like it would be a 4-0 performance at the start of the game, but lovely second half performance, has to be said. Well, Atletico Madrid dropped points away to West Ham, so that now means after beating Metz, we are now top of the league phase, which is very nice, of course, but look how tight it is, by the way. Only 3 points separating me in first, or us in first, sorry, and Dinamo Zagreb in 11th place. So it's a very tight league, as you can imagine, so the work still is nowhere near done yet. Got 3 games left to go, but we might even need to win all 3 of those games. We shall see, but a lovely way to start off the episode, but the next game is going to be very, very tricky away to Arsenal. Well, that was a great way to start the episode. 4-0 win at home to FC Metz there, but I think we do really well to get anything out of this game, to be honest. Away to Arsenal, as I said, they're a real force in my virtual universe here, and I'm expecting a defeat, and we're down to 11th place now after most of the teams have played their games, so yeah, we're not doing too well. But saying that, we do win this game. We go up to 6th in the league, so I guess it's not all doom and gloom. We're only 2 points behind Fulham after all, but look at the gap we have now already between us and the top 5. So we need to start winning games, and as I said, this one's a little bit of a write-off for me. I'm expecting a defeat here, but after this game especially, the next game at home to West Ham, we have to win that game. We definitely have to win that game. Anyway, away to Arsenal. In terms of the team sheet for today's game, well, Lafon comes in at left back to replace Fafali. And Akuya's back on the bench as well, but as you can see, him and Fafali both aren't very fit for the match. So Lafon, even though he's not that great, to be honest, and yeah, reflected by his 2-star there, and he hasn't played too well this season. He starts there at left back today. The centre-backs remain the same, Alphonse and Jimenez. And in the midfield, Guevara comes into midfield for Kieran Paul. Moreno remains there. Acosta comes back in for Doué. Rocha, despite not scoring a single goal this season. Same with Mertens, to be fair. He's not the only one. Mertens hasn't scored a goal this season as well. He's been very poor this season, Mertens. Even worse than Rocha. So, yeah, real problem in the wingers. But Gonzalez isn't quite fully fit for today's game. So, Rocha, although he's been poor this season, I still know he's got quality, of course. And it's only going to be a matter of time before he shows it again. So, he starts there on the right wing. Edson, not quite fully fit, but he's pretty much nailed that left wing position, to be honest. He's the only one who's doing quite well there. And Koric comes back in the team to replace Pellegrini. So Arsenal away from home. We draw this game, I'll be happy. Can we do it though? Let's find out. I've also changed from a positive mentality to a balanced one for this game as well. Everything else is the same though, but there you go. Lovely start to the match. Already giving the ball away in a dangerous area. And already a penalty in the game. What a lovely start to the match this is. Oh my word. Absolutely fantastic. Could you get a worse start than that? Well, it's definitely a penalty. I don't know why they're checking it for. They always do this, even though it's a guaranteed penalty. Lovely. Lovely start to the game. Vicario, we need you to be a hero here, pal. Saka to take the penalty. Vicario dives the right way a lot of times, to be honest, but he just seems to forget how to use his hands when he dives for penalties. So, yeah. That is not the start we needed, and already it looks like it's going to be a long old game for us, to be honest. I don't know who gave away the penalty there. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, terrible start to the match. Absolute filth. 9 minutes in, we're back on the highlight. Here's Guevara with the ball to Rocha, the man who can't score. He passed out to De Jong, though. Can we create a chance here? A rare poor cross from De Jong there. Look at their team as well. Look, Bellingham, Saliba. There's obviously some great regens as well. Saka still here, so yeah, got a great team, Arsenal. Arteta is still the manager as well. Here is Saliba to Konate. Back to Saliba. Now here's Todibo to Bellingham to Konate. Too easy for him there, isn't it? Too easy. Now here's Wimmer to Gomez. Here's Saka. Could be 2-0 down in the first 10 minutes. What a start this would be. Oh my word. Well, we are 2-0 down in the first 10 minutes. Well, going positive now. What a horrendous start to the match. Well, it was just a one game on it, a one-off. A home to Metz. It was a great performance, but back in the Premier League, back to reality again. And yeah, the poor times continue. It might not look so poor being 11th in the league, but let's remember we finished 6th in the league last season. We're looking for some progression, and there's been no progression this season at all, let's be honest. It started off quite well, but since then it's gone all down the toilet. I said at the start of the season, a top 4, I don't think would happen, to be honest. Yeah, it's not going to happen this season. Top 4 is definitely not going to happen. We're in real danger of not maintaining our finish as well. So I'd like to maintain our finish of 6th place. This game could get really ugly, by the way. It could get really, really ugly. I'm pretty sure he's offside there, but heads it over the bar anyway. A terrible game so far. Really terrible from us, this. Well, a free kick just outside the box. This could be almost guaranteed to be 3-0. What is that goalkeeper? What is that goalkeeper, honestly? This is a new goalkeeper Tottenham are signing in real life, isn't it? Vicario. Well, if FootballManager anything to go by, he's not very good, is he? What is he? What is that? What on earth is that? What on earth is that? As I said, this game could get... It's really ugly, to be fair. Already 3-0 down in the first half, and... wow. Terrible. I know Arsenal are a good team, but you don't expect to be 3-0 down after 40 minutes, do you? Shocking. Here's Kovacic with the ball. He needs to step up, has to be said. Look at his... Alright, Acosta's through. He's going to be offside, isn't he? Or is he? He's not. It's a goal back. Edson with the goal, but I don't think that's the start of an amazing comeback, to be honest. But I wonder what he was doing there, to be honest. Guevara, was it with the ball? Was it Guevara? No, it was Rocha. I just thought De Jong. Look at his space down there, but he saw a pass I did not see. Acosta cut it back for Edson, and he sorted his feet out in the end, and he got us a goal back. But as I said, I don't think that's the start of an amazing comeback, to be honest. If we get a second goal back, though, that's too far out, though, to be honest, especially when a player hasn't scored all season. Rocha takes it, hits the wall, sorry. Afonso heads in the back of the net. Is that a second goal back? It is. Now, suddenly this game's got very interesting, hasn't it? Oh, my word. I just writ us off for the amazing comeback, but look at that, Afonso. Don't know what on earth the goalkeeper's doing, by the way. It's almost as bad as Vicario. And suddenly it's 3-2. Oh, could go 4-2 yet. Probably will go 4-2, to be fair. Here's Bellingham with the ball. To Konate. What is he doing? Rocha lunging in there. It's back to Todibo. Now he's Konate. Oh, come on. Someone put a foot in or a block in. What is that defending? Well, the amazing comeback has been silenced very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. So I don't know what these defenders are doing here. I'm only about going forward, but going forward hasn't been a problem this season. Look at that. What's he not putting his foot in there for, Afonso? Trying to do some sort of interception. He's just saying, you know what? Saka, score a goal, mate. Score a goal. Yeah, as I said, going forward, I said was the problem at the start of the episode, but it looks like the problem now is the defence, to be honest. They're pretty shambolic. Throwing the water bowl, that was a pathetic first half. Really, really terrible. Kovacic again leading the line absolutely terribly, as he has done most of the season. He does turn up in some games, but he hasn't done too well this season, to be honest. Defensively, shambles look 6.2, 6.2, 6.3, 6.3. Nowhere near good enough. Second half's been very quiet so far, by the way. 20 minutes in, and not a single highlight to talk of. Kovacic, get off the pitch. Filth from you, pal. Clear off. Just clear off. Pellegrini can come on for him. Lafon, he is... Yeah, well, you know what? It might have been very cheap to sign Lafon, but ultimately they're not good enough. Don't sign him. He's not good enough for us. He's just not good enough. So he can come off. Fafali can come on for him. And Aquia. Let's keep him fully fit for the next game at home to West Ham. De Jong's been terrible as well. Let's get him off for Gonzalez. You know what? Jimenez has been filth as well, so let's get him off. You know what? Can't get him off. There's no centre backs on the bench. So you know what? Let's bring on Grana for him. For Jimenez. Let's put Guevara back there. Or Moreno. Yeah, let's put Moreno back there actually. Well, oh, look at Lafon. He's got... Just as he's making substitutions, Lafon gets injured as well. He's off the pitch anyway. Gets him off. He's useless. Anyway, 22 minutes to go. It's 4-2. Whoever gets the next goal is going to be very interesting, but the way we've played so far in the game, I'm not expecting some sort of amazing comeback again, to be honest. Just not expecting it, but now I say that, it's Pellegrini the ball. Costa in goals at the ball now to the Debo. They're taking risks there, aren't they? They pass out from the back very nicely there. Now it's Odegaard with the ball out to Kocic. Could be 5. Is Oyarzabal to Kocic again. Odegaard, he shoots. Lovely cutting effort from Odegaard there, but it goes over the bar. Straight back on the highlight again. 21 minutes to go. Still staying positive. Got a big man up front now, Pellegrini as well. He's a great squad player for us, Pellegrini. Really is good. One thing you say about Pellegrini is he's consistent. Oh, well, he's not quick though. He's not quick. We can score. Pellegrini. 4-3. Oh my word. We've been terrible in this game, but we're only a goal behind them now. What game this has been, by the way. 7 goals in this match. How on earth is Pellegrini beating them for pace? He is not quick, Pellegrini. What on earth? Look how slow he looks. But he gets there just before Okoli, and he slots in the back of the net very nicely. And suddenly, it's very interesting again. But of course, we score a goal, get back in the game a little bit, and they're back at the end of the pitch again. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, for goodness sake. Honestly. This defence in this game has been absolutely atrocious. What on earth are them two donkeys doing there? How was that even a scenario in your head? How can that even be a scenario in your head? How are you not dealing with that? What are those two idiots doing? Oh, for goodness sake. You know what? Just write this game off. You know what? I'm moaning about the forward line. They've done their job today. They really have done their job today. And that calamitous, pathetic defence have let the whole team down. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Who knows what could happen? They didn't make it. Look, could get a 4th goal here. It's cleared, but Guevara gets it. Now here's Alphonse. The two donkeys are combined for that 5th goal for Arsenal there. Here's Guevara to Grana. Okay, Grana, that's a very wise decision. Go on the back foot there. You know what I'll do? I'll pass it way back to the keeper. And then I'll lose the ball to Canate. What on earth are you doing on the pitch, pal? Wow. Wow. Oh, my word. Well, at least we've seen a bit of a thrilling game. But Grana, Guevara, Alphonse, Vicario, Lafon, De Jong when he's on the pitch. The state of it defensively is just shambolic because we created actually quite a lot of chances in the game. And we went toe-to-toe with Arsenal in terms of attacking. And who knows? Looking at the match stats here, we could have easily drawn this game, even won the game. But defensively, the mistakes in this game really have cost us. And it was quite shambolic, to be honest. Acosta had a good game, to be fair. Edson did well again. He got a goal. Pellegrini got a goal off the bench as well. Alphonse got a goal, but we can't praise him for that because other than that, he's been absolutely atrocious in this game today. Defensively, absolutely shambolic. And I think it's safe to say that I am desperate for a goalkeeper now. Vicario is not living up to standard now, to be honest. And Paul Lopez, he's not good for much, to be honest with you. So a goalkeeper is desperately needed, but there's no one out there. What a shambolic performance that was. Defensively, as I said, offensively, going forward, good, very good. More like the same of what we're seeing in the episode here today. Created lots of chances, 7 goals in 2 matches, but defensively here against Arsenal, absolutely shambolic. 6 goals we conceded. Terrible. Well, after that loss, of course, we remain 11th in the league. The only hope I've got is that we've got a few winnable games in a row after this, and it looks like going forward has been sorted out a little bit. As I said, with the changes I've made, it may affect us defensively, but saying that, it seemed like all the goals we conceded in that game against Arsenal were defensive mistakes, so I don't know really. I don't know what to do with the team defensively now. Looks like the going forward has been sorted out a little bit. 7 goals in 2 games is nice, but 6 goals conceded against any team is pretty shambolic. So yeah, great way to start the episode. Not a great way to end the episode, it has to be said. But we've got some winnable games coming up. I'm looking at these next 3 games especially in the league. West Ham at home, Villa away, and then Palace at home. Got to win 2 of those games at least. Got to. I'm not taking anything less, to be honest. Got to win 2 of those 3 games there. Especially at home to West Ham, at home to Palace, away to Villa. Maybe we can win that game as well. So all of a sudden, we win those 3 games in a row in the league. Suddenly we're looking like in a decent position again. But at the moment, we are struggling. And the way we overachieved last season, I could be in a little bit of trouble in terms of the club vision. It's still saying my security is secure, so I guess that is good. We're still a B, but if things continue to go in a downward spiral, suddenly my job could be on the line. So we need to start sorting things out very quickly. These games we have in December, West Ham, Villa, Palace, Tottenham, Forest and Southampton, we've got to end off the month of December in a higher position than 11th. We have to. We have to with these games we've got coming up, and also 4 of those are home games as well. So hopefully we can sort ourselves out in the league. I do have a little bit of confidence going forward now, scoring 7 goals in this episode, but now defensively it's looking rather shambolic. As I said, a goalkeeper is needed, to be honest. Vicario, he's alright as a backup goalkeeper, but as our number 1 now, he's not good enough anymore. He's not good enough. He's declining rapidly, and we definitely need a new goalkeeper. Anyway, guys, in terms of the next episode, I'm going to bring you back for the games at home to Brighton and away to Freiburg. There'll be 2 big games in that episode. Brighton are above us in the league currently, doing really well, 4th in the league at the moment, and need revenge against them after losing 2-1 away. And Freiburg away from home should be quite a big game in the Europa League league phase as well. That is the penultimate game of the league phase. We've got Celta Vigo at home in the next Europa League game. That's a big game as well. They're quite a good team, I'd say. So they're sitting 9th in the league phase though, so I'm expecting a win there. If we win that game, could be enough for us, we shall see. But that Freiburg game could be very important, and we lose that game, who knows where we can end up. You know, away to CSKA, all the pressure on us, we could flop it. So yeah, the next episode is very big for us. Home to Brighton and away to Freiburg. As I said, need to start winning games in the league. Also got that Carabao Cup quarter-final in December as well. We just proved in that game against Arsenal, as long as we don't make too many mistakes, we can beat them. It may sound a bit stupid, we just conceded 6 goals to them, but a lot of those was just individual errors, to be honest. And going forward, we create quite a lot of chances. So got a little bit of hope there for the quarter-final in the Carabao Cup. Are we playing a fully strength 11? Because now we're in the quarter-final, I've got to start thinking about trying to win that Carabao Cup. So if they rest a lot of players and we perform in a similar way, then we've certainly got a chance. But ultimately, the most important thing now is the league, and we need to start winning games again. We've only won 1 of the last 8 games, I believe, and that clearly is nowhere near good enough. So home to West Ham next. We need to start for a win there and then see where that takes us. But anyway, guys, please remember that if you do like this video, hit that like button for me. It's really important for the video success, as I said. Don't think about it. Just hit that like button for me. It'd really be appreciated. And also, if you're new around here, do hit that subscribe button as well. It'd really help me out, and you much appreciated as well. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.